Hey guys, we're back here on Andrew's breeding of reptiles and eventually amphibians. I have some dendros that I might be having come in as soon as I build some caging for them. But today I'm going to run you through the final assembly of what I did for my incubator setup for my chondros, and that was done in a 120 quart igloo cooler, just like Damon Salce's outlined in his video, and another person also did a little quick video. I found a few challenges with it in dealing with different size piping, different size fans, and just doing a custom setup. You're going to have to deal with certain situations that you're going to run into that are just going to be guess and check options. So you're going to have to prepare the incubator before you have eggs, and before even, I would say even before your animals ovulate. So make sure that you have it set up and you have it prepared much ahead of time. I mean, I had mine probably 2-3 months ahead of time, which is maybe a little excessive, but I needed it set up anyway, and I had time to do it, so that's when I did.
Alright, this is the first initial setup. As you can see, I've got a latching igloo cooler, one that has a lip preferably, so that I can put, I'm going to put like a Lexan type top or acrylic type top over this so that I can keep it moist and check on it periodically. I'm using 1 1/4 inch PVC pipe, and as you can see, I've got 4 90-degree angles. I'm going to measure those distances and cut the pipe. It doesn't have to be quite exact. You just make sure you don't go too far into the angle. Just go about partial way, and then maybe seal that up, and then I'll have that wrapped with the heat cord, and then I'll put some of the egg crate on it. Hacksaw in hand. I've got my first piece cut that was 29 inches is what it came out to be, so I'm going to cut up. I'm going to check the size on this and make sure it fits fine, and then I'm going to cut the other side and probably do another 2 of these, because I'm going to need 4 of the lengths and then 4 of the widths as well. So alright, all my pieces are cleaned up with a bleach and antibacterial solution, and I cleaned my cooler as well. You want to make sure that you clean it really well. You can't have any mold or bacteria growing on it, and you got to get into all the nooks and crannies, and make sure if you're using bleach like I am, that you make sure it airs out, because the fumes are pretty noxious. So anyway, I'll be putting this together, and I'll show you some more steps. Alright, this is how it's going to go down. I'm going to wrap this heat cable around this as such, and I'll probably use a little bit of ducting tape to hold it down in some areas, but I'm going to wrap it around this main lower frame, and then over top of that it's going to be the egg crate. And I also have some fans waiting, and I'm not sure if the top piece is why it's not fitting. I'm going to work in some fans to circulate the air as well, somewhere on this bottom rack, but I'm just not quite certain of how I'm going to do it yet. And then on top of that, I'm going to put 3 of these metal fans. 1, 2, 3 of those will work out perfect. They'll get heated, and the air will get pushed around, and they'll be full of water. And on top of that sits my other PVC frame, and there we have it. And then on top of that, the egg crate frame. And then on top of that, I am going to put the containers that I'm going to use to put the eggs in. And then And then that will be basically it. I don't have the thermostat in. It will probably be in tomorrow, so I'll probably give it a run through tomorrow or the next day, so I'll keep you up. Right, this is the final stage of evolution that you're gonna see for today. But see this egg crate, that top layer, and then I've got the PVC frame underneath it, with the metal pan, and then I'm gonna have the computer fans. One's gonna be flowing in this direction, and the other one will be flowing in this direction. That way it will circle the air around this heat, and it will be able to cycle through this egg crate and heat up the water that's going to be in these pans and get it to the correct humidity levels. Now I'm having a little trouble. My fans are a little big for what I've got, so I'm going to see if I can work with them. If I can't, then I'm going to try to get smaller modem fans, and I think they might work out a little bit better, because I want to definitely have an acrylic front, the top, that's going to sit on this ledge, so that can be all covered. If you happen to be harvesting these fans from an old crusty nasty computer, like I did, make sure that you clean them off before you put them in your incubator setup. You're going to want to use distilled water or reverse osmosis water, and you're going to want to make sure that everything's sterilized, everything's, you know, bleached down and had enough time to air out. So make sure that every component you use, including the PVC that I'll be using, will all be washed down with a bleach and antibacterial and some other solvent that I'll get back to you about in a different edition. But anyway, yeah, you can rip apart these things, and they usually have 2 to 3 fans in them, and will work for what we're doing, or you can just buy some online. I'm just lazy and had an old computer.